Hey, you guys. Hopefully, you're excited to get into some game day bingo. I know I am. You have just about 20 seconds before we're in our first official game. We got some great prizes on the line. As you can see, we already have $183 grown on that miner at 52 balls or less. But if it doesn't go out in this round or any of our rounds, it clicks up 2 balls every chance it doesn't go out. We also have that major prize, $5,089 that you guys can take home in 53 balls or less. That's right, you won't be taking home that minor, you'll be taking home that major prize if you take it home in 52 balls or less anyway right now. But at 51 balls or less, you'd be taking home that mega prize. It's sitting at $63,202 and growing as you guys play. And I see a bunch of you guys out there already, 20 balls away now, trying to take home one of these awesome prizes. If you guys didn't know, my name is Jordana, and I'm going to be your host for this lunchtime show. We might be taking a few breaks periodically, but don't worry, we're going to have a lot of fun and give out a lot of cash along the way. And we're going to be streaming to you live all day long on all those brand new Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, on YouTube Live, and on Twitch. Both of our channel names are under the name MegaSota for you guys to check out. So definitely go check out all of our different streaming platforms and shoot us out a little message, and we'll shoot you right back out a little bit of extra luck. That way you guys can take home some huge prizes and hopefully get into one of our jackpot lists for tomorrow. We love highlighting all the different players who do so, and we will end up doing so in just a couple seconds. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about all the different locations that you guys can check out some Pilot Games TVs at. That's right, Pilot TVs can be found at the Forester's Dugout now, Quinny's Sports Bar and Grill, Casey's Saloon, Clarissa Muni, Municipal Liquor Store Millerville, Nelson's Riverside Sports Bar, American Legion St. Peter, La Bar La Sur, Mac Green Mill Bar, Henderson Roadhouse, Nelson's Belle Plaine, Johann Sports Bar 2, the Roadhouse Bar and Grill Wabasso, as well as the Terrace Tavern. Those are the latest locations getting those Pilot TVs unwrapped, installed, and ready for you guys to watch. So definitely, guys, go check out all those different locations. We would love to see you guys there. But we have a bunch of you guys 5 balls away now. We are officially moving past that major and minor. We are working on that $18.80 must-go prize now. But don't worry, that just means that that minor prize is going to be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less for you guys. Definitely very doable once it starts clicking up in these ball counts. We got a bunch of you guys moving closer, and hopefully we can give it out fairly soon, as we are officially at 62 balls or less. And we have Yags 370. Nice to see you out there, Yags, playing at the Riverboat Depot in Sartell, taking home that $18.80 must-go prize. Nicely done in this first round of Game Day Bingo. We're about to begin enrolled in our second, as I am about to talk about the official jackpot winners of just yesterday. We gave out 3 different jackpots just yesterday. It ended up making our last 7 days 51 different jackpots we ended up giving out, and it made us a total of 590 different jackpots given out for season 12 so far. It's definitely a great one, and we love to see it. All the different players taking home some jackpots, and so we hope that you guys can be out there taking home some as well. To make that list, you just have to take home a prize over $600 to be called out tomorrow in our jackpot list. And we're trying to make it to that 600 jackpot marker, so help us get there. And we got a lot of reasons for you guys to be checking us out. We have a bunch of different eTab games that you guys can check out, and we have a new one coming soon. That's right, it is the latest eTab game called Phone Tag. You could win big in the Gossip bonus round, and then watch the credits roll in the Call Around the World bonus. It's definitely a lot of fun, and you guys definitely check that out once it hits the iPads, and you guys will definitely have a lot of fun taking home some cash. But if you want to be up to date when we're releasing all those things like our new eTab games, other games in general, and just want to be up to date with everything happening with Pilot Games, make sure you guys head on over to our Facebook page, search up Pilot Games, and give us a like and follow. You'll be able to keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, that event details, big promos, all those awesome promo videos that we release for those eTabs, and even utilize that link tree. If you click that website link, you'll see direct links to all of our social medias like Twitter and Instagram, all of our streaming platforms, pgl.world, and not to mention you can find all the different locations around Minnesota where you guys can check out Pilot Games at. It's definitely a great resource to use, so I suggest you go utilize it. You guys have just under a minute now to get enrolled in our second round of game day bingo, and we got over $200 on this minor prize. This is a great lunchtime show for you guys to be coming out and trying to take home these prizes for, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled. But as you guys do so, we are going to run through the entirety of our bingo schedule for you guys. I keep saying we because I'm used to having a person here next to me, but we are running the show solo today, and so we're going to be having some fun, and we are going to be talking about this bingo schedule. If you guys missed that Cup of Joe show that happens Monday through Friday at 11:30, just a little 20-minute segment where we talk about all the Vegas shakeups that happen in the standings and where you guys can check out those money amounts. But as you guys count down from 10 and get enrolled in this next round of game day bingo, I'm going to talk about that schedule because you're starting off with what we start our bingo days off with each and every day. That's right, our game day bingo. That starts from 12 to 1 for that first increment of time, and you guys are playing it right now. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're working towards these prizes. Over $200 on that minor, over $5,000 on that mega, and over $63,000 on that mega. It's definitely going to be a great one. But after this, at 1 p.m., before I let you guys loose, we're going to be playing one round of Lucky 4 bingo. That's right, we added an extra round of it into our daily schedule to try and make sure that you guys get as many opportunities as possible to take home that $54,423 that we have on the line that you guys can take home in just a lucky few couple balls. But if you guys don't take that home then, don't worry, we still have those two other opportunities at 4 and at 6 for you guys to try again. But in between that 1 to 4 span, that's when you guys will get to play some uninterrupted game day bingo, where whatever these cash prizes leave off at the end of this lunchtime show, they pick right back up as at 1, and you guys will get to play the duration all the way till 4. That's what leads you directly to our happy hour show, where it's going to be John back live with you guys then, and you guys will be trying to play 23 more rounds of this game day bingo after that second opportunity of Lucky 4 bingo, and trying to take home some great prizes then with him. He's going to be playing those 23 rounds of game day bingo all the way until 6 p.m. where you guys will finish off with your final opportunity at that Lucky 4 bingo game. If that cash prize does not go out, that'll be your final chance at closing in at $55,000 that will be on the line at that time. But at that time as well, at 6 p.m., you guys will be jumping right into some Skull Bingo. That's where some big cash prizes are at, and I think some of my favorite jackpots for the day. We're looking at a line prize of $518 that you guys can take home in 10 balls or less. It is primed and ready to go out. We also have a large frame at $1,330 that can be taken home in 43 balls or less, not to mention that cover-up prize that is one of my favorite ones. $86,740 on the line. You guys can take that home in 50 balls or less. Definitely check out that Skull Bingo tonight, especially because you guys will have some interruptions tonight, as it is our specialty night. We do have Yags 370 over at the Riverboat Depot taking home the second win of this lunchtime show already, and you are taking home that $19.50 must-go prize. Nicely done in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. We are going to be jumping into game number 3, where this minor is going to be clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun and a little bit more doable. So let's get enrolled in this next round, as you guys have just about 2.5 minutes to do so. But I was talking about that Skull Bingo and that MegaSota game night that's going to be happening tonight for you guys to check out at 6:40. That's when that Skull Bingo is going to be interrupted by Tony and Nikki taking on over the golden headsets, giving out those PGL points and jackpots along the way, where if you stick around to their grand finale game, it's a little round of Jackpot Jungle, where they have not given out that prize that has been moving and grooving each week on over till some lucky player is going to be ending up taking home potentially upwards of $57,797 that's on the line. You guys can take that prize home in 54 balls or less. You guys will definitely want to check that out. It's going to be a great one and a great opportunity at taking home some PGL points. We also have one more PGL night that happens each week, and that's tomorrow night that you guys can check it out. That's our Wild Wednesday. I think it's going to be me and Will taking on over the ice studio and giving out those PGL points. And we've got 2 rounds of game day bingo to end off that night, where you guys will have your final opportunities at that night to take home some of these prizes. It's definitely going to be a great one, so make sure you guys are checking that out tomorrow and tonight. We also have one more specialty night that happens each week. It's not for PGL points, but it's just for a lot of fun and a great chance for you guys to support our Vikings along the way. That's our Vikings game day that you guys can check out this Saturday at noon when our Vikings are playing the Colts. It's going to be a great game for them to have a redemption shot after this past weekend, and so it's definitely going to be a fun one and a great opportunity to take home some cash. We ended up giving out upwards of 6 different jackpots on Sunday alone, and it was just Ian out there, so make sure you guys go show him some support and accompany him through that Vikings game day. It will definitely not waste your time, to say the least. But as you guys have just about 40 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo, I'm going to start talking about some of the national days we have to offer here. And today actually is a National Day of the Horse. National Day of the Horse on December 13th encourages people of the United States to be mindful of the contribution of horses to the economy, history, and the character of the United States. Absolutely. They were a pivotal and the only primary source of transportation for the building blocks of America in those days. Horses have played a huge role, and even today they are definitely in a lot of cultures considered very, very sacred and very respected animals that they're set to be looked on or looked up to and respected. But definitely in American culture, we have stopped using the sense of the horse as our transportation in a lot of ways. There are some small towns, like one here in Michigan, that uses them in a tourist sense. And definitely they're huge Clydesdales. They are beautiful and groomed, and they have a lot of fun in a small Christmas town here in Michigan. But we've definitely evolved since those days of horses and buggies. Don't mind me. And now, as you guys are about 16 balls away, we got a bunch of you guys in line to take home one of these prizes. We have $245 on that minor prize at 56 balls or less to be taken home. So you guys definitely try and take that prize home. If not, we also have that major at $5,138 and that mega at $63,251. Definitely a great one. But that is Happy National Day of the Horse. Next up, we have National Violin Day. Honoring an instrument that's also known as the fiddle, National Violin Day on December 13th celebrates the bowstring instrument loved around the world. Interesting. Yeah, I knew a violin is a type of fiddle, but I would never necessarily call a violin a fiddle. I thought there was at least some differentiation, but I'm not too sure. Let's take a peek. I would like to know more. Oh, a fiddle is just an informal way of referring to a violin. They're absolutely the same thing. Interesting. Very cool stuff. My brother played the violin for about 6 years, I'd say. Yeah, he was very, very into it. It was very fun. Not so fun while he was learning. Definitely not the most appealing on the ears, but it's definitely a great one. I've always had such an appreciation for string instruments, violins, cellos. Oh, the Yags crew is just out there claiming it. Mrs. Yags now over at the Riverboat Depot. Nice to see you out there taking home that must-go prize. $30.20 going out to you. Nicely done in this round number 3. We're about to get enrolled in a round number 4 where that minor prize is clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. So don't worry, Yags crew. We're getting up to that closer ball count where you guys will definitely be able to take home this minor prize. If not, one of our other lucky players who might steal it away. But you have just about 2.5 minutes to get enrolled in this next round as we try and work on this minor prize still. But I was talking about National Violin Day. It's definitely a very cool one, and I would like to know some fun facts about the violin. So guys, grab your iPads and get enrolled as we get ready to play this game number 4. Now, the Yags crew has won all 3 games so far, and so if you guys are out there playing, try and get a win in. We need someone other than the Yags crew to take home some cash today. But we are going to be looking up some fun facts, and let's take a peek. The violin is the most recognized and one of the most recognized and popular instruments in the world thanks to the versatility it offers to play diverse music styles. The violin has been used to make music for centuries before it shot to fame in the 16th and 17th century. Andrea Armati and Antonio Stradivari are recognized for taking the violin to a stature where it stands today. Oh, well. The evolution of it was steady while complex, apparently. The development was rooted in other stringed instruments, like the pear shaped lira and the two stringed rabab and the three stringed rebec. The modern violin reflects signs of all of these instruments. Um, Very cool stuff. The modern violin surfaced in Italy in the 16th century. The area where it emerged would later conserve the violin making tradition for centuries to follow. While you may think that playing the violin is purely an artistic activity, the fact is that you can burn about 170 calories per hour while playing the violin. That's very interesting. I mean, it makes sense. You're using a lot of upper body movement while it. Have you ever wondered who made the most expensive violin in the world? Well, it was valued at about $18 million as the most expensive violin that was ever made, and it was made in 1741 by Giuseppe Giarni. Very cool. That's insane. I can't imagine a violin costing $18 million, but very, very cool stuff. Well, the largest playable violin in the world was about 4.27 meters tall and 5.22 meters wide. That's a lot. That's like 12 feet tall and 15 feet wide. It's bigger than that, but that's crazy. It's produced by 15 violin makers in Germany. I wonder if it still stands to this day. That would be very satisfying to crush. The tiniest violin, on contrary, in the world is the size of 37 millimeters. It is not known as if it is playable or not, so you don't know if you can play the world's smallest violin. Wow, they should make it playable. I feel like that's only right. Apparently, playing the violin not only makes you an artist, but also boosts your cognitive abilities. Studies indicate that children who get music training at an early age experience faster and better cognitive and motor skills. That's very cool. We are officially in this next round with over $300 on that minor prize. That's what I like to see. You guys can take that home in 58 balls or less, and this might be the game to do so. If not, we do have that $44.70 must-go prize as well. But let's not forget about that major or mega either. I'd love to give one of those out today. I would have bragging rights over all of the boys. I would absolutely love that. And so maybe let's just give them all out. Well, if you guys want to know some more about some violins, apparently, playing the violin, let's see. Violin bows are generally made from about 150 to 200 hairs. Different materials can be used to make the bow, such as horsehair or nylon. Yes, I have, I actually think that my brother's bow was horsehair string, strangely enough. And I remember thinking that was one of the strangest concepts I had heard. It's definitely a very, very intricate instrument. Very, very cool. Okay, I'll do a couple more and then we'll end it off. Apparently, playing the violin can also improve social skills with children. Classes not only provide children with the opportunity to mingle, but also enhance their self-esteem and self-discipline through continuous practice and reinforcement. I don't think they would play for all of them, but it might for most. We have Mariah, Dylan, and Mega. They are all taking home that prize, building it up. $44.70 getting split between the three of them. Nicely done in this round number 4. We're about to begin enrolled in a round number 5, where that minor prize is clicking up to 60 balls or less officially. Let's see it go out. I would love to see it go out. I mean, we gave this out in 64 balls or less, so it might not, but I have hope, and I hope that we can do this in the next couple minutes. So get enrolled in the next 2 minutes and grab those iPads because we're looking to give out a prize. But one last fact. All right, violin lessons have apparently left positive effects on the memory and attention spans of children. Learning a violin requires more attention and training, which means your child's memory and academic performance will improve. Music lessons impact cognitive abilities in positive ways. I think that is plain to see, so that maybe encourage your children to pick up the violin, and if you'd like to pick up an instrument, maybe check out the violin as it is National Violin Day. But maybe, guys, get enrolled in the next 4.5 minutes, I'll say, as the time we have left before we are going to be getting enrolled in a game number 5. So grab those iPads and get ready. I want to be on air to give out this jackpot, so I was hoping that we'd be giving it out a little bit sooner. But you guys have just about a minute now to get enrolled in this next round, and hopefully we give out this minor prize here as I talk about our next national day. It is Pick a Pathologist Pal Day. Pick a Pathologist Pal Day on December 13th encourages us to make friends with a pathologist or coroner because we never know what tomorrow holds. That is that is something. Yeah. I definitely can agree with the pick a pathologist, you know. Make sure you have your proper healthcare professions and healthcare professionals that you can trust and go to in those times where you never really know what tomorrow could hold. If you need to go to the hospital or whatever that sense may be, then you'll have a steady doctor that knows you, knows your charts, and is ready for whatever that may bring. It's definitely a very, very important one. I feel like the coroner is a little morbid. It's true, you don't ever know what tomorrow brings, but I mean, you don't need to go out and be like, hey, you never know, man. I'd like to have you in my contact books. So, I don't know. Maybe to pick a pathologist. You don't necessarily have to pick a coroner to pick a pal. But if you're friends with a coroner, I mean, it's just an added bonus. So, happy National Pick a Pathologist Day. Next up is National Guard Birthday Day. December 13th commemorates the National Guard's birthday, and on December 13th in 1636, Massachusetts Guard Court established an official militia for the first time of the American colonies. Definitely a very important date to remember, one that I don't think I ever got taught, and if I did, it surely did not stick, because this I had no real recollection of. But it's definitely a very important day. It's a pivotal moment of where our official militia started for the first time with the American colonies in 1636. That's definitely a very important time. It's incredible to see how far we've come with everything that's happened so far. But happy National Guard Birthday Day. That is pretty cool stuff. Let's take a peek at what may come up when we give a little search. As you guys work towards some of these prizes, we do have 38 balls dropped already, and we are working towards that $370 minor prize at 60 balls or less. Make sure you guys are trying to get that prize. Okay. It is 385 years old today, apparently. It is a symbolic figure of the founding of all the states, territory, and District of Columbia militia that collectively made up today's National Guard. It's definitely evolved into a great force to be reckoned with and a great force that protects our country. And so thank you guys to everyone who supported and worked and potentially served for our country in their time. I know a ton of you guys out there are at VFWs and are veterans yourself. Thank you for all you have done out there. Happy National Guard Day. It is the birthday of all of when it started. But is it going to be happening? There it is. On the 60th ball, we got Humbug over at Friends Bar and Restaurant in St. Cloud, taking home that minor prize, $370.59. Nicely done to Humbug. Maybe that will put you in the holiday spirit. But we are officially getting enrolled in this next round where you guys will be working on that double Musco prize, where that $55.50 is getting tacked on to this next round. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled, because you could potentially be taking home $100 on a Musco prize, and you never know what that entails. So get enrolled in the next 2.5 minutes. I'm going to be taking a short break, and I'll be back with you guys soon. So get enrolled, press play, and remember, we want to give out some cash.
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
Hey, you guys, we had a couple rounds where we gave out some great prizes to a couple of you lucky players out there. And just while I was gone on game number 7, we ended up giving, I'll actually go back to game number 6 where Mrs. Yags over at the Riverboat Depot took home $97.30. Nicely done on that one. Then in game number 7, we had Chuck Cha over at the Mabel Liquor Store, as well as Dylan over at the Riverboat Depot. They both ended up splitting up $31.30. Then on that final round of game number 8, Mariah over at the Watershed, as well as Walter over at Cowboy Jack's Apple Valley, ended up splitting up a great prize of $32 between them. Nicely done to all of our different jackpot winners. In the past couple rounds that you guys ended up taking home some prizes. We are officially getting enrolled in a game number 9 right now, where we have that minor prize clicked up to 58 balls or less, closing in on $200. So that is a great one. See if we can give it out in this round. I was talking about a couple of those national days last time we were talking, and next one up and our final national day to talk about is National Cocoa Day. And December 13th ushers in a celebration worthy of the winter holidays with National Cocoa Day. What better way to warm up after a cold day outside? Definitely a great one. I know we are all getting ready for that Christmas season where it just feels like you have to have at least one hot chocolate during the winter time. And I even had at a winery up here in northern Michigan where our specialty is cherry growth. They ended up making a homemade cherry brandy that was at this winery we were at, and we had spiked hot chocolates, and they tasted like hot chocolate covered cherries, and it was one of the best hot chocolates I'd have to say I had ever had. It was a great one, and it's definitely one that I will try to be recreating that recipe during this holiday season because I know it is going to be a big party favorite. So maybe today grab yourself a cup of hot cocoa, whether you like it with mini marshmallows, spiked, or just plain, is your day to have a cup of cocoa. So that was the last national day to get into, but we have some Twins news to talk about, as the Twins filed one of their most pressing offseason needs by agreeing to a 3-year, $30 million deal with veteran catcher Christian Vasquez on Monday, pending completion of a physical, a source told MLB.com. The club has not confirmed the deal quite yet, which is the first reported the MLB in New Network insider John Heyman. Under manager Rocco Baldelli, the current team's leadership, the Twins have shown a strong preference for running a timeshare behind the plate, and in a 32-year-old Vestas, Minnesota has found the requested Spanish-speaking veteran to partner with former top prospect Ryan Jeffers, who will bring 4 seasons of playoff experience, including a pair of World Series titles. Definitely an exciting one to be keeping our eye out for. So if you guys want to show your support, play the awesome E-Tab game at Twins Win, and check out that Home Run Derby bonus round if you want to win some Grand Slam prizes. We do have Bella Boo over at VFW Brainer taking home that must-go prize, $42.40 on that round. Nicely done to Bella Boo. We are going to be getting enrolled in a game number 10 now, with that minor prize clicking up to 60 balls or less. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting enrolled, because each and every day from 12 to 1, no matter what you're playing, that Vikings, that Twins, or this game day bingo, you guys take home points towards the Twiking zone. And in 10th place, we start off with red at American Legion Fridley with 113,000. With 122,000 in 9th place, we have Caribou playing at Cooper's Restaurant. Then in 8th place, we have T-Bone playing at Poppers with 142,000. With 148,000 in 7th place, we have Tez also playing at Poppers. 6th place, that was Kirby playing at VFW Blaine with 148,000 points. Then in 6th place, it's Kirby at VFW Blaine with 164,000. Then in 5th place, it's Sinbob at Corky's Bar South Haven, who has 223,000 points. 4th place is Loser Dave at VFW Spring Lake Park with 236,000. Then in 3rd place, it's Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven with 266,000. 2nd place, it's Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine with 298,000 points. And in 1st place, we have Mikey Wins at the Maple Tavern with 391,000. On the location side of things, we start off in 10th place with a Lakefront Bar and La Center with 170,000 points. Then in 8th, we have a tie between the Steve-O's and Crystal and Halfley's Bar of Richmond, both with 184,000. Then with 209,000 points in 7th place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. Our place on 3rd and Faribault sits in 6th with 318,000 points so far. With 351,000 points so far, in 5th place, we have VFW Blaine. 4th place, it's Poppers in Virginia with 467,000 points. 3rd place is Corky's Bar South Haven with 492,000. With 589,000 points in 2nd place, it's American Legion Fridley. And in 1st place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park with 698,000 points. Definitely a really exciting one. We are looking to see them get into that 700,000 point club before Season 12 is over. But we have just about 30 seconds left before we're getting enrolled in this game number 10. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads, getting enrolled, and getting ready to hopefully take home this minor prize that is closing in on $300. But if you guys want to take home some different prizes that we have to offer, our E-Tab games offer prizes up to $1,500 all the time. They all have 85% payout, and there's over 70 different themes for you guys to choose from. They're an awesome E-Tab game. They're all charitable, and they all have small bets between 50 cents and $5. They even have awesome bonus rounds and free play rounds completely specialized to the different themes that each game offers. Make sure you guys go check out each of the different themes we have to offer, and let us know which one is your favorite. We do have an On This Day in music history to talk about with you guys. And the first one, in 1966, Jimi Hendrix makes his first debut on UK TV when he performed on the Ready Steady Go. Earlier that day, he also recorded and created his hit Foxy Lady. That's definitely a huge one. Jimi Hendrix is a huge name and just one of the most iconic musicians of all time in my book. Jimi Hendrix definitely is a legacy to live up to. I think it's really cool that he created a hit like Foxy Lady and then went out to perform later that night and just go on air and be like, yeah, I'm a star, and perform on UK TV. Also on this day, but in 1928, American in Paris, which was a musical by the esteemed George Kershaw. It premiered in New York City and on this day in 1928, and then later in 1951, it went on to be a movie starring Gene Kelly, who was a huge actor at the time in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and he even was in a huge amount of works with the woman who played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland. Definitely a really cool one, Gene Kelly. I think they might have even been an item at one point, if not married. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but definitely a very cool one. So maybe check out some Jimi Hendrix music, listen to it, or go check out and look up American in Paris, the musical by George Gershwin. Definitely a very cool one. But if you want to do something that takes an even shorter amount of time, I think I hear about 26 seconds to be specific, it's head on over to pgl.world and sign up. Once you're a member of the Pilot Gambling League, you'll be able to earn those PGL points that are required on our specialty nights. But not just that, you also get insider information, including a monthly newsletter, and we highlight all the new players who sign up. Before I highlight our newcomers who just signed up, we got Walter over at Cowboy Jack's Apple Valley taking home that minor prize in 56 balls or less, $276 going out to you. Nicely done in this round number 10. That means that awesome must-go prize of $73.60 is getting tacked on to this next round. Game number 11, where that double must-go will be sitting and waiting for a lucky player to take it home. It's definitely going to be a great one, so stick around and get enrolled in the next 2.5 minutes. But as you guys do so, I want to talk about PGL.world and the players who just signed up there. The players who just signed up at PGL.world and called Bino Queen. We also had RR, VRAD, Girdez 920, Mike K, Malsinski, Nick Malskin, Jersey Girl, Ethical Sin, Teal, Ropesa 12-4, Endless, as well as T. Jose's 82. Definitely a fun one and a lot of really interesting names signing up at pgl.world. So head over to pgl.world and sign up. Because not just that, once you do that, you can download the Player Connect app and sign on. It is a great one on there. You can send us direct messages where your comments will pop up on our screen with us right here, as well as that, but you can also click on that sports link that is right above your player icon for that game for the Vikings versus Colts this Saturday at noon. You can choose those 5 squares randomly, and you guys will be awarded for the first, second, third, and fourth quarters of that game. That's right, every part of the game other than halftime you guys will be getting some PGL points for. And just last week, we had a couple winners in each round. And starting off in last week's winners, from the first quarter, we had Chloe 7. From the second quarter, it was Unknown. Third was Tony 5. And in fourth place, it was Jersey Girl taking home some PGL points along the way. Some awesome stuff. And hopefully we can see a couple of you guys maybe sneak into these PGL standings as we close in on the tail end of this season 12. But we've had players competing all season long so far. And it's going to take a large amount of points if you guys want to get into these top 10s. You guys have just under a minute, though, to get enrolled in this next round, and I'm going to hop right into these PGL standings. In 10th place, we have Nixon at VFW Roseville with 1,036,030 points. 9th place, it's Big Dog at the Rustic Saloon with 1,076,690 points. With 1,132,790 points in 8th place, it's Sarah Honey at VFW Austin. 7th place, though, it's Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill. They are playing with 1,174,655 points so far. Then into 6th place, we have Bergara over at the Rusty Nail Thief River Falls, as they sit with 1,182,700 points. With 1,190,495 points in 5th place, we have Panda playing at the Muddy Cow Brooklyn Park. 4th place, so it's Devoided at the Roadside with 1,270,805 points so far. 3rd place, though, it's Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill. They have 1,292,005 points. 2nd place, it's Chapster at Moe's, who sits with 1,373,620 points so far. And in 1st place, leading the packet is Forget You D at VFW Austin, who sits with 1,742,970 points so far. There is a ton of you guys out there right now, 17 balls away. We'll have to see if anyone's going to be taking home this over $132 must-go prize, if not one of this minor, major, or mega prizes. But That was the entirety of our PGL player standings, but we still have the entirety of the location standings to talk about as you guys still work towards these prizes. And I'm going to jump right in because in 10th place we start off with the Stanchion Bar in Mabel. They sit with 3,020,849 points. 9th place though, it's the Mabel Liquor Store. They sit with 3,081,054 points. Then with 3,206,540 points in 8th place, it's the Corner Bar and Grill Winstead. 7th place, though, finally breaking out of that tie, it is VFW Austin as they sit with 3,225,935 points. Then the final location in that 3 million point club in 6th place, it's LJ's in Miltona as they sit with 3,512,120 points so far. 5th place, though, it's the Cabin Bar in Nicolette who sits with 4,093,965 points. Then in 4th place, it's VFW Northfield, who sits with 4,128,305 points. With 4,180,385 points in 3rd place, it's the Friendly Buffalo in Big Lake. While in 2nd place, the final location in the 4 million point club, it's Poppers in Virginia, who sits with 4,566,415 points. And in 1st place, leading the pack, it is Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud, just dominating it with 5,861,620 points so far. That is incredible for all the locations and players in this PGL season so far. But on this round, we have Anna playing over at the Royal Bar in Park Rapids, taking home that Musco prize, a whopping $132,040 going out to you in this game number 11. We are about to be enrolled in our final game of Game Day Bingo during this lunchtime span before I'll let you guys loose for that 1 p.m. game of Lucky 4 Bingo. As you guys are getting enrolled, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Wild, who have had a tight game in the Twin Cities. They are 14-11-2 right now, and the two teams showed off their familiarity with one another in a tight checking, chippy hockey game. After a night in Edmonton where the two teams combined for 82 shots on Friday and just 51 opportunities made their way to the starting goaltenders in a 2-1 defeat for the Oilers at Xcel Energy Center on Monday evening. Defenseman Darnell Nurse said post-game, "Give them some credit. They checked harder than us." Definitely a really interesting one to see. And if you guys want to show your support for our Wild, they have a game coming up just tomorrow against those Red Wings at 7:30. And in the meantime, if you want to show your support, you can play the awesome eTab game, Let's Go Wild, and check out that Slapshot bonus round that we have to offer too. It's a great opportunity to take home some cash and support our Wild with the only official sports team game or Wild-themed sports eTab game that you guys can check out in Minnesota. We do have a fishing report to talk about, and this was done about Grand Rapids by Explore Minnesota on December 9th. The ice on the smaller and shallower lakes in the larger Grand Rapids area ranges at 4 to 8 inches thick. Some of the best early season bluegill and crappie lakes of the area are Little Cutfoot, Little Moose, Big Rice, Willow, Little Turtle, Eagle, Big and Small Split Hand, and Long Anglers. Those anglers must check ice conditions often before walking out. Make sure you guys are taking those proper precautions before you're stepping out on the ice. We do not want any mishaps, and make sure you guys are being cautious. But I know once that ice fishing starts happening and those fish start flying, you guys are going to be posting all about it all over Facebook. And we want you guys to do exactly that while playing Pilot Games. You're going to be holding up your favorite eTab game, holding up a giant jackpot you're winning, or just having a blast with your friends. We would love to see it. You can send all of those awesome player pictures directly to us on Facebook by emailing us at jackpots@pilotgames.com, or you can post them on any of your social medias with the hashtag PilotGames. It's definitely a great one. We love to showcase all the different player pictures we have. You can see a couple of them right here next to us in the enrolling screen. We showcase them any way we can during our commercials, and we even pull them up if we can during our shows. But as you guys have just about 10 seconds to get enrolled in this final game, I'm going to talk about some celebrity birthdays that are on this day. In the first one, in 1913, we have Archie Moore, the American light heavyweight boxing champion from 1952 all the way to 1960. Happy birthday, Archie Moore. In 1925, we have Dick Van Dyke, the American Emmy, Tony, and Grammy award-winning actor, singer, and dancer, known for The Dick Van Dyke Show, Bye Bye Birdie, Mary Poppins, The Cosmos, Diagnosis, and Murder. Definitely a very esteemed actor. He is almost 100 years old, I think. Yes, he is about 98 this year. Next up, in 1929, we have Christopher Plummer. He is the Canadian Emmy, Tony, and Oscar-winning actor, known for The Sound of Music, Cesario, and Beginners. This is a very cool one. Happy birthday, Christopher Plummer. Next up, in 1957, one of my favorite actors, we have Steve Buscemi himself. He is the American actor and filmmaker. He did Fargo, Broadway Empire, and 30 Rock, and so many other works. He was in a show called Miracle Workers, where he plays God himself. He is in a whole slew of Adam Sandler's comedies. Just a very, very funny, interesting man. Happy birthday, Steve Buscemi. Next up in 1967, we have Jamie Foxx, the American comedian. He's known for Living in Color. He is the Academy Award-winning actor. He played Ray, and he was the Grammy Award-winning musician for his song Blame It. I didn't know he won a Grammy. Happy birthday, Jamie Foxx. Next up in 1981, we have Amy Lee, the American singer and songwriter, known for Evanescence. That's funny. And then finally, our final celebrity birthday in 1989, it's Taylor Swift. She's the American Grammy and Emmy Award-winning winning country pop singer-songwriter. His song You Belong to Me, our song All Too Well, and she actually is a Guinness World Record holder. That's cool. I didn't know she was. Well, that's really interesting. We are officially looking to see, and there it is. We got Yags 370 over at the Riverboat Depot, taking home that $56 must-go prize in this final game of Game Day Bingo. Nicely done to all of our winners in this lunchtime show. Stick around for that Lucky 4 Bingo game, and then you guys will get to jump right back into some Game Day Bingo. Before I let you guys loose, the movies released on this day were Clue in 1985, The Hot Chick in 2002, Jumanji: The Next Level in 2019, as well as 6 Underground. Definitely go check out some of those movies, but before I let you loose, we want to talk about a very important player, the jackpot they took home, and the charity they supported while playing. Lynx 22 was playing over at the Windmill and ended up taking home $11,229 this past weekend, and while playing at the Windmill, they supported the Minnesota Lakes Firemen's Relief Association, whose purpose is to provide benefits to the fire department's members. It's a great jackpot they got to take home, and an even better charity they supported while playing. You guys have just under 2 minutes to get enrolled in our first round of Lucky 4 Bingo, so get enrolled, and remember guys, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins. See ya.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I got to say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Ha 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 ha!